come home. And I feel just like I'm living someone else's life. It's like I just stepped outside when everything was going right. And I know just why you could not come along with me. This was not your dream, but you always believed in me. Another winter day has come and gone away in either Paris or Rome, and I wanna go home. Let me go home. And I'm surrounded by a million people. I still feel alone, and let me go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. I've had my run, baby, I'm done. I gotta go.
Ja. Ja. Yeah. I'm scared that I might take the tempo wrong. Samson. Oh, I listened to it and everything, so I think I got it right, but I'm very scared of those longer bars because I don't know the song. I listened to it a couple of times. Thousand years. Cool.
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris or Rome, but I wanna go home. Maybe surrounded by a million people, I still feel all alone. Just wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. And I've been keeping all the letters that I wrote to you, each one a line or two. I'm fine, baby, how are you? Well, I would send them, but I know that it's just not enough. My words were cold and flat, and you deserve more than that. Another airplane, another sunny place. I'm lucky, I know, but I wanna go home. I got to go home. Let me go home. I'm just too far from where you are. I wanna come home. And I feel just like I'm living someone else's life. It's like I just stepped outside when everything was going right. And I know just why you could not come along with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We are about to continue with the awards for outcome 4 and 5. Ladies and gentlemen, may I humbly request that we take our seats so we can continue with the awards ceremony. I'd like to call on the Minister and the DG to join us again on the stage. Minister, DG. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, DG. The fourth category for the evening refers to outcome 4. This is an efficient, competitive, and responsive economic infrastructure network. And 17 awards will be made today in this category. And for this award, we will call groups of 8 and 9 names at a time, as each winner will receive his or her certificate. An individual award will then be taken. Please then move to the far right of the stage as the other recipient receive their awards. A group photography will then be taken at the end before you walk down the stage. Will the following recipient or representatives please come on stage? Dr. Vladimir Linkov, Dr. Mikhailo Lovsky, Professor Hugwing Shu, Mr. Leslie Becker, Mr. Jan Yoster will collect the award on his behalf. An award is made posthumously to the late Mr. Bonisa Samkele Ngwenya. Ms. Charlotte Mashaba will collect the award on his behalf. Professor Inha Yandroslu. Dr. Elizabeth Comradi will collect the award on his behalf. Professor Russell Phillips. Professor Lucas Sneyman. And the first award goes to Professor Vladimir Linku as one of the 2 top IP creator at the University of Western Cape. And the second award, I believe there are 2 winners in this award. The second award goes to Dr. Mikhailo Lonsky as the second of the 2 top IT creator at the University of the Western Cape. Thank you. Thank you. And the third award goes to Professor Hongwin Shu as a top IP creator at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. And the fourth award goes to Mr. Leslie Becker as the second of the top IP creator at the Vaal University of Technology. Mr. Jan Joster will collect the award on his behalf. And the sixth award goes to Professor Ihar Yadrusku as a top IP creator at the Central University of Technology. He is not able to be with us tonight, and so Dr. Elizabeth Conradi will collect the award on his behalf. And the seventh award goes to Dr. Russell Phillips as the second of the 2 top IP creators at the Nelson Mandela University. And the 8th award goes to Professor Lucas Sneyman as a top IP creator at the University of South Africa. May I ask the recipient to please join the minister? Oh, sorry, before we take the group photos, there is an award that we're going to award posthumously for Bonisa Samkele Ngwenya. I don't know if there's a representative on his behalf. May you join us, please, on stage. Thank you. May I ask the recipients to please join the minister for a group photo. Thank you. We are continuing with the category, 4th category for the evening. That refers to category 4, and where the next 7 awards will be made. When I call the names of the recipient, please take your seat on the far right, far left of the stage. Each winner will receive his or her certificate, an individual photograph will be taken. Please then move to the far right of the stage, as the other recipients will also receive their awards. A group photo will then be taken at the end, just before you walk down the stage. Will the following recipient please come to the stage? Professor Charles Whitehead. Dr. Gary Patrick. Professor Paul Goshe. Dr. Marty Lupko will collect the award on his behalf. Dr. Simon Ratcliffe, could you join us, please? Dr. Reka Danpo, join us, please. Professor Renisha Reva Prasadu, will you join us, please? Dr. Paulos Kruger, Dr. Yanni Chanson will collect the award on his behalf. Can I ask Mr. Barent Fisser to please join us on the stage? Thank you. And the 9th award goes to Professor Charles Whitehead as the second of the 2 top IP creator at the University of Johannesburg. And the 10th award goes to Dr. Gary Patrick as the top IP creator at Mintech. And the 11th award goes to Dr. Paul Gouge as a top IP creator at Stellenbosch University. He is unfortunately not able to be with us tonight, and I believe Dr. Marty Lopko will collect the award on his behalf. And the 12th award goes to Dr. Simon Ratcliffe as the top IP creator at the National Research Foundation. And the 13th award goes to Dr. Igbo Litvin as the top IP creator at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. He is unfortunately not able to be with us tonight, and I believe Ms. Rosemary Wilson will collect the award on his behalf. Ms. Wilson, please join us. And the 15th award goes to Professor Naresh Ravaprasadu as the second of the 2 top IP co-creator at the University of Zululand. And the 16th award goes to Dr. Paulos Kruger as the second of the 3 top IP co-creator at the Northwest University. Unfortunately, Dr. Kruger could not be with us tonight, and I believe Dr. Janine Watson will collect the award on his behalf. And the 17th award goes to Dr. Barend Visser as the third of the top IP co-created at Northwest University. Thank you. Could I just kindly ask if there is a Reka Danpol or a representative of Reka Danpol to please come on stage to receive this award on his behalf? Okay. Could I ask the recipient to please join the minister and the DG for a group photo, please? Thank you. Congratulations to our recipients. And the fifth and last category of the evening refers to outcome 5. This is sustainable human settlement and improved quality for household life. And only one award will be made. When I call on the name, please take your place on the left-hand side of the stage. Will the following recipient please join us on stage? Mr. David Wellman Pons. Yay! Yay! Congratulations. Please give me a hand. Congratulations. Thank you. Minister, thank you so much. DG, thank you. As we have come to the end of the award, I'd like to call on the Deputy Director General of Technology Innovation, Mr. Mboneni Mofe, to come to the stage to do the vote of thanks. Mr. Mofe, could you kindly join me on stage?
I think I can say good evening because I think it has been a very good evening. I think we're really excited as the Department of Science and Technology to have celebrated the IP creators today. We have committed to promote innovation, and we've been building on this over a couple of years now. And today really is just a culmination of some of the hard work that has gone into this. When we started off with probably 1 or 2 or even 3 only institutions that would have offices of technology transfer, now to a point where when you talk about every institution, you probably will be able to say that there is an office of technology transfer, which has been proudly supported by the Department of Science and Technology through the National Intellectual Property Management Office. And this celebration, as you have seen, we did not give any awards for people who are good in chemistry or in physics or in mathematics or in whatever field of study. We have looked at outcomes. In other words, we have looked at where the work you are doing can actually make a difference. And this is because what we are trying to encourage is that when we go about thinking of creativity, let us think about the difference we want to make. And this will probably be in those areas that we have called outcomes. So I therefore want to say to those who have received your awards here tonight, you are the reason why we convened this evening, and you are the first one I want to say thank you to. And let's give them a round of applause. Minister Mamluku Kubai, the Minister of Science and Technology, we want to thank you for gracing this event, but the Minister's support and commitment to this event doesn't start in her coming here tonight. What you're seeing here is the culmination of the support and the vision that she wants us to drive as a department. One where we thrive for a South Africa that is prosperous, a South Africa that is free from poverty, and a South Africa that has dealt completely with all forms of inequality, and a South Africa that is inclusive through innovation. So, Minister, we thank you for your continued support and your leadership. And we know that you have to juggle so many things to be here, and we thank you for your presence here. We can clap hands for that. So now I also want to, a couple of years back when the department decided to invest in promoting indigenous knowledge systems, it was not an easy decision. It was a decision that in many quarters was frowned at. But today, as you recall, DG, we celebrate the fact that we have a couple of IP creators who were celebrated here from the IK space. And they are being celebrated because they are making a huge contribution through the innovation. Today, you can talk and see and use some of the indigenous knowledge products, whether it is in the beauty space, health space. And when we celebrate that, it reminds us that it really takes that bold decision that sometimes might look very unpopular, that when you take a decision and stick to it because you believe in it, because it is actually right, that you're going to reap the reward. So I want to say to those IP creators who come from that space, that you've made us proud. Our universities are grouped into different structures. We got what we call historical black universities, we got technicons. I think there is a new categorization. Some of them are called comprehensive universities, and they've got different names. And some are actually referred to as not being very research intensive universities. Now, when we were establishment of the OTT offices, there was a time run about 3 years ago when we decided now we are going to have a special focus in making sure that we accommodate and reach out and build capacity in those universities. In the University of Venda, in the University of Limpopo. And in case you have missed it, today we celebrated IP creators from those universities. And that deserves a clap of hands. So we want to thank you, the leadership of those universities, for having worked with us. It has been a very interesting journey, and we've held each other's hands. We continue to do so, but ultimately, we really want to say, where knowledge is generated, regardless of your geographic location, there's always going to be challenges which needs innovation. And I want to say, if you are a university at a special location, you are there for a reason, and make it count. Don't just be a university that is just there. Make sure that when we talk about the water that is contaminated and you are a university next to there that has got a chemistry department, that we celebrate you through an IP creation certificate because you are making that difference. You might have realized that in the Department of Science and Technology, we don't have laboratories. We've got offices, and laboratories are at universities and science councils. And I want to say thank you to those people who have really been doing the actual work. We have provided the funding, the guidance, and sometimes we fight, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we hug each other. But ultimately, we do everything to make sure that science, technology, and innovation can actually find its rightful place in our economy. And with that, I acknowledge the Vice-Chancellor Makhanya from the University of South Africa. I acknowledge the Chief Executive Officer of the Agricultural Research Council, Dr. Shadrach Mwepuri, for making sure that your institutions continue to contribute to what we are celebrating here today. I saw the representative of other universities, Witwatersrand, Zululand, and really without you as various institutions of higher learning, we can do all we want, we can have all the money we have. We won't really move a needle, but with you and the little money that we have, we can achieve these big things that we have celebrated today. Now, some of these things just look like they just happen. You think sometimes a venue just happened and the decoration just happened and the event just happened and the certificates just happened. They don't. And for that reason, I want to thank our team at the Department of Science and Technology. The NIPMO team, I saw you, you are here. Thank you so much for having put this together. And I know you have worked the whole year to achieve this. There's only one day left in a year, in a government year, and that is tomorrow. And I know that this team has really put their efforts together from day one to make sure that we achieve what we have achieved today. Our team in communication as well, for the hard work, coming here, making sure that the venue looks nice. And when the venue is nice, you also look as nice as you do. And I just want you to give yourself a round of applause. We will invite you, we will have a bigger event in the next financial year. We will have more IP creators. But most importantly, we want to move from celebrating the creation of IP. We are going to look at how those IPs have actually graduated and they have become products, services that are making a difference in people's lives. That is the next step that we're going to. We also are going to be celebrating some of the entrepreneurs that are going to come through these IPs. And as a Department of Science and Technology, we've got instruments to support you. And we want to say, let's again move this forward. It doesn't end today with having an IP acknowledgement. But let's again, even if it is not you who's taking it forward, because it might not necessarily need you, make sure that there is access by someone who can take that IP forward. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed the evening. All recipients are now requested to join the Minister and the DG for a group photo. Please make way to the stage. Thank you to all our guests. Please have a safe journey home. And it was great hosting you tonight, and good night. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make just a small announcement. The organizers asked that the recipient of the award, after taking the photo with the Minister, may they go outside on the red carpet for a short Q&A session. Thank you. Minister, DG, please join us on stage.
Arif.